Good evening everyone and welcome to the stream. And today we are here in Malaga in Spain, in Costa del Sol. And we fly today to Algeria. It's a last minute flight, so we just put that in together today. We work with ONAIR company today, so that is what we do today. Eddie is here in the chat. Hello, hello. I hope you are doing fine. Also to the other people here, I hope everyone is doing fine. And it's raining here in Belgium, so from time to time a little bit, so it's very refreshing. This is the airport of Malaga in Spain. It's a standard airport that comes with a simulator. It can be that it is only for the deluxe version, or I don't know which version it comes actually. Maybe for all, I'm not quite sure. So last week we landed here at Malaga, and today we depart here and we go to Algeria. So this is the airport. It looks pretty nice. The jetways here and there are broken, as you can see. That's always the case if I use the drone cam. So, and then we try to locate our aircraft, and that's located here. So there we go. Today we fly the Brussels Airlines livery. Just a livery, has nothing to do with the flight actually. It's just that we change all liveries just for fun. So this is the British Aerospace 146-300 from Just Flight. And it's a beautiful plane. It's a nice plane to fly. So today's flight will be 1 hour and 32 minutes. I will put the webcam on as well, and you can see me sweating because it's still hot inside. Outside it's perfect, but inside it's still very hot. And then also I can show you our plan for today, the Navigraph plan. There we go. So from the left to the right we fly 1 hour and 32 minutes flight time. So that looks good. So we can jump into the airplane. And also before I forget, we do that with ONAIR company, and this is the latest version. I already did an update today, I believe. And just before the stream there was another update, so it's sort of, yeah, very frequently that it's getting updates actually. So there is a new layout. So on the left side it's new, so it's a little bit different. Then otherwise if you click on the buttons here, then it will be just the same as before, but the starting page is actually a bit different. So today we fly the British Aerospace, like you see here. We have also the Airbus A320neo. Yeah, so we go loading up the airplane, and that's for our destination. That's everything what will come. So we have cargo, we will unload that, and then also some passengers, soldiers, and people that going to a wedding party. So we have 48 packs in eco, and in business class also 16, and in first class 1. And then we also need our flight attendants, and there we go. And then we also need fuel. So at the moment there is 3,900 kilograms of fuel. Maximum is 10,306 if we look at the sim brief, and then I need to try to locate it. So a sim brief says with extra 2,000 kilograms of fuel I need 9,170. So I will load that up, and I think I will just take the maximum because the numbers are still different. So we will check how much fuel it will give us, just to make sure. We take 10,360 and we are still below our payload. So, and then we will validate and fuel and payload, and then it will take some time. So actually 5.1 minutes, that will take some time, but that's okay, we have some time. So as you can see, that will change normally. We will see that after. We go back here and go to the home page, and in this one we load a sim brief, and then you can see our departure airport, destination airport, and then block fuel, cruising altitude 27,000 feet, and distance 575 nautical miles. So that's the plan for today. And then we can see that we have external power available, so we will turn that on, and there we go. So we have external power, and then we can already put those on, so we can set up the FMC. Actually, I don't know how it's called in this one. Is this FMC or is it MCDU? I think FMC. So Ivan is also here. Welcome, welcome Ivan. I hope you are doing fine. So we just started, and then we go to this page, and everything is already in here. And then we go to the next page, and then we go to the route menu, and we load sim brief in here. So we will start with that. We have still some 3 minutes to go before ONAIR manager is loaded, before all the passengers are loaded in the plane. Today I don't use a LookAir tool. Today we use something new for the announcements, so the safety briefing. So, and I will tell more about that in a second. So we tune Malaga ground, and then we ask request taxi and our departure runway, so we can put in. Normally it's runway 13, so 113, that's correct. And then we can also execute that. So that's in. You can check the second page and the third page. All right. And then we also need to reply on that. I'm sorry. Still have a cough, so yeah, it's not going really better. So we go to the departure. Departure runway is 13, and then we need actually to go to sim brief, and then it says incal 2H. So this is on this one, and then we can also execute that, and then we go back, and then for our arrival, and that will be runway 23. So we take ILS 23, and we can take BTN, and we execute that. And then we can go to the next page, and then we check that. We have 6 pages, and then we check for discounts, and we have one here, so we can delete that. So, and execute, and then we go to the next page, and here we are already at runway 23. So looks good, no problems here. I don't think we have anything else here that we need to put in, so we are clear on that. we have still 40 seconds to go for ONAIR manager before it's loaded up the plane. So actually Brussels Airlines was flying this plane in the past, in that only one plane of the 300 series. They have more planes of the 200 or 100, I believe. I need to check that. So they had in total of this kind of plane 33 planes in total, but the most were the newer version actually. And so we go back here. I see that do I need to import that? I need to check. And we can import that, and then it says 9,170 and 87 people, and then we take here ONAIR manager, and then we can actually fly now, so then it will connect as well, and maybe the numbers will change. So then we check. I think it's seem to be good. So we start tracking and hope it will work. Because with this plane I have sometimes a little issue. So now it says 9,418, and I will check if that is what we needed. Actually 9,170. I loaded up 10,000 and 300 or something, 360, the maximum fuel that can go into the plane, but it only gives me 9,418. So that's why I took the maximum, because I know there is always a difference. So, and just to make sure we have enough, I put the maximum in. So then we can continue with preparing the airplane, and then we need to turn on some lights. So emergency lights, no smoking sign, and then and so nav light, and we can also put on beacon light. And that's for now what we need. Then also the flight deck emergency lights, and fasten seatbelt line belt sign, sorry. And then for the rest we can prepare here as well, so those can come on. I don't follow the checklist, I just do my thing. And then I always pray that it works. So the inner fuel pumps can come on as well. And then batteries, of course, we need to turn those on as well. And then in galley. And then we can also start the APU. And also ice detect and the engine anti-ice. 1, 2, 3 and 4 need to be on, and then we can also put packs on, or just on one. So we wait until the APU is stable, and then we can put on APU generator and APU air as well. So APU power is available, and then we can put on the generator as well. And I hope it will work. Seems not. Let me try again. So cruising altitude is 27,000 feet. We will put that in. And I'm still learning this plane, so I don't know everything of this plane. And every flight that we do, I try something more and try to discover more and more of this plane. Other than the streams, I don't fly with it because I don't have the time for it, so I need to learn everything in the stream itself. And sometimes it's a challenge. So we will test this and then we can turn that off again. So that is working, so we turn that off. And there we go. And then we go on back here, we put that up. And then yaw damper can come on. And also we can turn this on. And this as well. Actually I needed to click the other way. Nope. That's the way we need. You can turn this on and also here. And voila. Then we are pretty much done, I believe, for now. Yeah, don't do all the tests. Maybe in a later stage we can do that, but for now, like I said, step by step, and we're learning every time more and more about this plane. So just one thing that concerns me is that on this light stays on. Maybe we need to put all the fuel pumps on. And then we try to start our engines. And I don't know if that will work if the APU is not working. I think it's not working. So you need to select engine number 4. And then we will see if it works or not. So we're starting engine number 4. So the numbers are rising. And normally at 20 we add fuel. And if it's something is not set correctly, then it will stop at 42. And otherwise it will just continue to start up.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
So it seems to be working, and that's a good thing. Not sure why this is the generator is offline. Probably because of this. I needed to turn this on as well. But the engines are starting, so that's a good thing. So engine number 4 is stable. And then we can go to engine number 3. And then we wait again until it has 20, and then we can add fuel. So there we go. And actually I needed to close the doors as well. Put up the stairs and then close the door. Also the shocks can be released, or so the door can be closed now. So there we go. And then also the shocks can go. And in the meantime, engine number 3 is starting. This is a very nice plane, but if you are interested in this one, then make sure that you are willing to spend some time in it and to learn. if you are not familiar with this plane. It's a handful to fly, but it's very fun. So engine number 2, we can start as well. Jonah Roberto Hali, that would be hello. Okay, hello. Welcome to the stream. So engine number 2, and we can add fuel as well. So there we go. So it takes a bit longer to start everything because we have 4 engines. And I hope we can do an ILS landing today, so I can practice something or test out something. Because we actually never did a proper ILS landing, so we will try that today. So engine number 2 is stable, and then we can start engine number 1. So there we go. And again at 20 we add fuel. So we can do that now. And there we go. And then we just wait until engine number 1 is started up. So we actually don't need any pushback, I think. Or we can. Yeah, we will do one. So we will plan the pushback already. So we will place the plane like here. And voila. So engine number 1 is started as well. And then we can already put on LNAV. Also our altitude. And I think everything else is set up. And then we go back to the top panel. And then we can put on generator 1, generator 4, and then also engine pump 3 and 2. The brake fans we put on auto, and so that is set as well. This we can turn off, and this as well. I still don't know what I did wrong with this one, so also anti-ice can come off. And then we turn those on, and there we go. I think then we are pretty much done. Pack can come on as well, and we also needed to set this one, otherwise we get some problems. So we will put that at 27,000 feet. That's our cruising altitude today. So this is 27, like this. And there we go. And for now this is everything I believe that we need to turn on. Just check that everything is on here. I can also put the center tank. And then external power can go off like that, and then we are good to go. And then we ask for a pushback, so there we go. And then we will use something new today.
It's no wonder birds always fly happy, and after these safety instructions you will too. We totally understand that you're very attached to your lovely hand baggage, but please put it under the seat in front of you or stow it in the overhead bins. If you're sitting in the front row or next to an emergency exit, you have a little bit more room to wiggle your toes, but you can only store your items in the overhead bins. Please be careful when you open them though. We're not flying into space, you know, so gravity will still apply. Most electronic devices can be used on board. You'll find all the information about this in our in-flight magazine in the seat pocket in front of you. Oh, and we know you're really funny when you're drunk, but thank you. We already have entertainment systems on board. And remember that consuming your own alcoholic drinks is not allowed. During takeoff and landing, you can fool around as much as you want, just as long as your seatbelt is fastened low and tight around your waist. To fasten it, insert the metal tip into the buckle. To unfasten it, lift the flap. It's not rocket science. Your seatbelt should be fastened while the fasten seatbelt sign is illuminated, and also throughout the flight when you're seated. We're sure you're aware that smoking is prohibited on aircraft. Yep, that includes electronic cigarettes. And just to be sure, the lavatories are guarded by a smoke detector with a very bad temper. Trust us, you don't want to mess with him. In the event of a loss of cabin pressure, funny-looking oxygen masks will drop down from the ceiling. Pull a mask towards you and position it over your nose and mouth. Place the elastic band around your head and adjust if necessary. Remember to secure your own mask before assisting children or other passengers. And now that everyone looks like, well, a duck, we can all breathe normally again. We Belgians are famous for our fashion design. Unfortunately, the yellow life jackets are not designed for the catwalk. In economy class, you'll find the life jacket under your seat. In business class, in a double seat, the life jacket is located below the middle of the seats. In a single seat, it's on your right, below the seat. So should you need to use it, take the life jacket out of the bag, place it over your head and tighten the strap around your waist. Wait until you're out of the plane before pulling the cord and inflating it. If you need more air inside your life jacket, blow into the rubber tube. Now take a moment to locate the emergency exits, which funnily enough are marked with an exit sign. If we have to evacuate, follow the fluorescent strip on the floor. And remember that the nearest exit may be behind you rather than in front of you. If you missed part of this film, what were you doing? Well, anyway, don't worry, there's a safety card in the seat pocket in front of you. Please read it carefully, especially if you're seated next to one of the emergency exits. Okay, we're almost ready to fly now. Please relax, straighten your feathers, make sure that your seat's in the upright position and your table's folded away. Thank you for listening to me. I had a lot of fun, but rest assured, we take your safety very seriously. Enjoy your flight.
So that was a safety briefing for the people that are interested in this. This is a free download. This is not a Look Air tool this time, but it's airline announcement of V1. You can download that for free. It's not in the link below, but you all know where to find it. Just put that in on the site and it will guide you to this download. Just download it and you install it on wherever you want it, and then yeah, you're good to go. You just open it and you get this, and then you just select the companies or the company that you want. So nothing really difficult with this. Yeah, these are all the companies that are currently in this program. So if you are interested in that, then look for it. I just want to try that, and this is the first time I use this one, so, and that's why. So flaps are set, taxi lights are on, and then we can taxi to our runway. Release parking brake, and then we should slowly go to our, and I clicked this actually off, don't know why, but so we taxi to our runway and then we can get out of here. So this is a Malaga in Spain, and we are flying to Algeria, and we fly for 1 hour and 32 minutes, something like that. Can be a bit longer depending on our speed and the mistakes that we make and go around. Yesterday we need to make a go around again, and even the second attempt to land was also not that great, so I hope it will be better today. So normally we have an ILS landing. I hope it stays like that, and then we can try out actually the ILS here with this plane, because I never did that before. I fly always to my destination, and then at the end I just take manual control, and then we do everything by ourselves. So now we try to do it differently and try to make use of all the things that we have on board. And it seems we have a long taxi again. So in the last few streams or the last week, we had always very long taxi way, so yeah, and nothing to do about that. So today we fly Brussels Airlines. This is not a real route of Brussels Airlines, because I just use ONAIR company that and give me, I will track the flight, and I just need to choose a new location where I want to fly to, with some cargo, with some passengers, and I'm just changing every stream with this from livery, so we have not always the same livery. So this has nothing to do actually with Brussels Airlines. So we need to hold position. I don't see any traffic, so that's great. So we have also a takeoff config button. We will test that for a second, if I still know where it is. It is here. If you push that, then nothing happens, and that's always a good thing. Okay, so cabin is secured. That's also a good thing. And then we go to runway, what was it, 13, and then we can line up there and then go out of here. And temperature is around 33 degrees, I think, here in Malaga. It's very brown here, so it's a very hot place all the time, I believe, so not much green. And we go to the left. So actually it is a beautiful place here with some hills. Also the airport is not bad, so yep. Our destination airport is also a standard airport that comes with a simulator. I think there is not much to see, I'm not sure. At least there is no freeware airport. I don't know if there is a payware one. I didn't check that, but yeah. And we try to do one flight a week with this plane, so also with ONAIR company. So if you are interested in that, it's a subscription based ONAIR company manager, so, and it's actually very fun to do. It gives you always a reason to fly. So we hold short here, and then we turn on landing lights, and then also our strobe light. So strobe on, and then what else we need? We can put on logo lights as well. And then what else we have? So I believe everything is on. We can also put that on, and then we are good to go. So we line up with the runway, and then we continue. So actually outside temperature is 25, we can see that here. I don't know what's written here. And there we have another plane. So we will just wait for that. We have some time, so we wait for that plane when it depart. And then we see our temperature here it says 27. So there's just a difference of 2 degree Fahrenheit Celsius. So brake fans are on, and then air selected on ground is also good. And doors are locked. There we go. Today we have Miss Lazy with us. She will help us out here. So the plane is gone, so we can line up. And so for the people that are very new with this plane, there is a checklist, and it's a very good one actually. I don't use it for now, maybe later in the flight, because we need to turn off the APU and stuff, but we need to do that when we are in the air, not now. It's a bit weird, but it is like that it seems. And so we do a cabin call again. And then we are ready.
TMS set to take off. Power set, reflexive shield.
And there we go. And we hope you don't crash on takeoff, because that happened before. Very tricky.
80 knots was checked. V1. Rotate.
Rotate.
Airborne time log.
Plastic rotor climb gear.
And gear up. So now we try to speed up. 700 feet. We climb to 1,500 feet, and then we stabilize a bit, and then we can gain some speed. So we are there now, and now I try to gain some speed, and then we can retract the flaps as well. So as we retract the flaps, and then we need to really speed up. So, and then we can continue.
MALAGA approach Brussels 463 is type British Aerospace Avroliner 5 miles southeast of
with climbing, then we climb to 5,000 and 10,000 feet, and then we speed up again. In the meantime, you will see. So there is a departure airport, and then we are going away from Malaga. Always keep an eye on your speed. So we turn and that's not what I needed. You need to select this one, LNAV. $5,000 feet, and I need to speed up again, otherwise we will not make it. And then we try to reach 250 knots indicated. Once we reach that, then we can climb again. In the meantime, we make a left turn. So we reach almost 250 knots. Just a bit more. And then we can continue with climbing. So no, whoops, that was not the intention. So that will give us penalty points on ONAIR manager, that bank angle. So that was really not the intention, but it happened. But now we will climb at 250 knots. And we will climb to 27,000 feet. And voila. So it's always a bit tricky, this plane. It's very sensitive, and you always need to keep an eye on everything, and you need to be very carefully. But you see that we keep the speed now at 250 knots. And then we can also go to a sync mode. And then we can continue with climbing. So once we are cruising, at cruising altitude, we go to this mode here. And then we also set the number, we change the number here to something between 600 and 700 mostly. So mostly I use 680 something, depending on the wind, and then we just monitoring the speed, and then everything will be fine. $8,000 feet, and it's going well, except that bank angle, of course. And then we also can check NavGraph to see that we are on our plan, and that is correct. And also we need to stay here because we are almost at 10,000 feet. Then we need to turn off our lights, otherwise we get penalties for that as well. So 200 feet, and then we can turn off. can turn off the lights. And then also this one, and then we are good to go. So also we can put APU air, we can turn off. So we will do that, APU air off, and that's located here. So we turn that off. Then also AC pump and PTU can go off. So ACU pump or AC pump off and PTU off. So that is done as well. Also fasten seatbelt sign can come off. Now I'm just following the checklist. That's what I'm following, and now I need to find our seatbelt sign, and that's here. So that is off as well. And normally I also should turn off the APU, but I really don't find it now. Or I'm wrong, but normally you need to turn it off. So we are still at 250 knots, still climbing, and so you will see the climb rate will decrease, but we stay at 250 knots all the time. Almost 15,000 feet. And we can go to the left side again. Now we see something from the cabin. So takeoff was going good today, but you feel that the plane is always going to one or other side. It's like it's leaning, so that's always tricky, and you have then the intention to pull up to avoid a crash, but if you do that and you are too early, then you lift up a bit, but it will come down again. Once you touch down again, then engines turn off, and then yeah, it's done. So that's what I had a few weeks ago that before we went, I pulled the yoke and came from the ground, and then but I didn't have speed enough, and then I touched down again, and then the engines turned off. It was not that hard, but it seems it's programmed to turn off the engine. So we crashed into the fence. So that was my first crash with this one on takeoff. So all the other planes are very easy to take off. It's a piece of a cake with the other planes, but with this one it's a bit more tricky. And also it's meant to be to take off or landing on short runways, but you saw how long it takes actually to take off, especially at flaps 18 as the first stand. You can also take off on flaps 24, I believe it is, and then it should be better, but yep. I was expecting actually a quicker takeoff. So almost 18,000 feet, we're still 250 and knots indicated, and yep, we are good to go. And also check our plan, that we are still on our plan, and it seems that we still are, yes. So that's a good thing. Always nice that we are flying in the correct direction. Then we have still a light illuminated here. So that's a fuel transfer. And so we leave that on auto. So we are not climbing at the fastest, but just 250 knots. That's what they say. That's what you need to do. So reach 250 knots, and then you go to the IAS button here, and then you keep 250 knots, and it will go up. But you will see that the rate of climbing will decrease. Like it should. And then today we have an ILS landing, and we will try that to do correctly. And actually we have some time at this moment, so we can check. So if we go to frequency, and then we click here for our destination airport. And then you see that we have the ILS at 110,700. So we can actually change that, 110,700. And there we go. So that's set as well, and then we just need to find the course. That's not written here, so I don't know if you can find that in the FMC, but we can find that in a Navigraph, so we'll check after for that. So here's Navigraph again, so we fly over the water until we reach Algeria. And I try to do some some shorter flights during the summer, because like yesterday we had more than 2 hours flight time. If something goes wrong with the stream, like yesterday. We had also 10-15 minutes that we started later. Then we need to go around as well, and then it takes streaming for a lot of time, so it's late in the night, and too late for me and too late for other people as well. So that we try to shorter the flights a bit, like 1 hour and 30 minutes, like this one. I try to do that, so it's better for everyone, I believe. Meantime, we are almost at 23,000 feet. And in the meantime, I will check Navigraph to see our course that we need. So that will be 233, and that's the course that we need for our ILS landing at runway 23. So we can put that in. And then we will try that out. Last time I also tried it, but I did something wrong, or I forgot something. So we will try to do that again, and hopefully it worked now. So every time I fly this plane, I try to learn new things and test new things, and sometimes it's just not working, or I do something wrong, so then we try it again and next time. Of course, there are pilots that or streamers that fly much better with this plane than me. But the first time I flew it, I think I didn't have any problems. I followed the checklist to start it up, and no problems. And then the second time I was flying it, also followed the checklist, but yeah, for one or another reason I missed something. And during the flight we lost engine number 1 and 3, and I say okay, we have 4 engines, and we still can flying on those 2, so 2 and 4, so that was not a problem. I also tried to restart the engine 1 and 3, and only 1 came on again, but turned off very quickly again. So I gave up, and then once we were at our destination, I tried to land, but landing gear didn't came down. So yeah, we had a belly landing. Afterwards, I'd also a stream where I pushed this button here for the emergency landing gear. Maybe that time I needed to click on that, but I didn't. But then the flight after, I have the bad habit to click on everything what I see to test it out. And now accidentally actually I was playing with this seat, and the seat came up to here, and I wanted to slide it back to the original place, and accidentally I pushed this click spot here, and the emergency landing gear came out. So that ruined my stream, because we were just halfway the stream, and I needed to do an emergency landing because it's almost not flyable and way too slow that it flies with the landing gear out. So I said we make an emergency landing and we try to fix it, but you cannot fix it, so you need actually to reload the simulator, because I started up, shut everything down, started up again, and it was still not working. So you cannot retract your landing gear anymore. So now they did an update, so you have still that click spot here, but you also need to click here now. So they made a second click spot, that red thing here, Okay, for now it's good, but I like to see that the model, this hatch here, that you can open it and then can use the landing gear, like in the 737 from PMDG. That's modeled, so they can also do it here. And that's what I like to see. Other than that, it's a wonderful plane. So we are 26,300 feet, so let's say 600 feet to go now. Almost. And then we can go to our cruise mode. And for the people that don't know that, you just need to click on this one, change the numbers here, and then the lights will, from 1 to 4, will light up. And that means that your thrust levers are not in the correct position, so you need to pull them back and until the lights go out here, and then they are more or less in the perfect condition or position. So almost in 27,000 feet. In the meantime, I check a little nav map to see that we are still on course, and yes, we are, and that's a good thing. So we wait until we have 27,000 feet, and then we can put everything in cruise mode. But at last takes a bit. So there we are, and then we go, let's say, to here, and then we go to click on this spot here, and we also change the number here. We will put it on, let's say, 720 for now, and then we can speed up a bit. And why it don't change? Okay. Need to click it again, 720. You put it here. If you click here, everything will change here, and then you see that the lights are lighting up, and then we just reduce our power until it goes out, and there it goes out, and then that's enough for now. And then we need to look at our speed. So we can speed up just a little bit, but if we go too high, then we need to reduce this number here. So now it's 720. And then we will see what it do. So now we can cruise. And like 90 or 80 nautical miles before our destination, we will start our descent, and then we will see how that goes. But first we need to be sure that we don't fly too fast or too slow. But like this, it seems to be good. And mostly when I am at cruising altitude, and then I also grab something to drink, so I will also do that today, but just a bit afraid that we will go too fast. But 270 it seems, it stays like there. We'll keep an eye on that. So I hope I can trust this. So we are at 270, and that's a good thing. And then we go back to this view, and then I just leave you for 1 minute, and then I will be back. So with some vitamins. So don't run away. Just in 1 minute I'm back. See you then. So I'm back again, and we check our speed, and if you are still at 270, that will be great. As you can see, we are around 270 still, and ground speed 416. So everything is fine. And then we have a Coca-Cola here. I'm not sponsored by Coca-Cola. I just like it. Cheers. We go back to a Navigraph. And then we will see that we soon reach you can also see it here on the window, that we will reach land again. I never had a chance to fly this plane in real life with Brussels Airlines. Actually, I never flew with Brussels Airlines, and I'm from Belgium, so it's actually a bit of a bummer. But I hope in the future to fly once with this company. So for the people that want to have some information about Brussels Airlines, well, they recently changed their logo. So this is the old livery. Now they have completely white with some dots like this, but everywhere on the plane. I don't really like it, but yeah, it is what it is. So the airline is founded in November 2006 and started operations in 2007, March 2007. It's part of the Lufthansa group, and the main hub is actually Brussels National Airport, or International Airport in Zaventem. So Echo Bravo Bravo Romeo. The fleet size is 40 aircraft, and the average fleet age is 16.9 years old. So they have the Airbus 319-100, and they have total 15 planes of that. They have also 16 Airbuses A320, the 200 version, They have 9 Airbuses A330 300. I'm not sure if that is still 9 because there are 2, I believe, that are gone, and I don't know if that is already detected or not. Normally they should also get some new planes, I believe, and I heard, but it's also not written here. So I really don't know how up to date this is, but that is what it was before, and maybe still. So they had also in the past 33 British Aerospace 146 or Avro RG. So that's actually the newer version. So they had a British Aerospace 146-200. They had 6 planes of them. They had also the 300, only 1. And then the RG 100, they had 12 of that type. And then the RG 85, they had 14 of that. It's actually the same plane, only updated. And then we have 48 nautical miles to go to our next waypoint, and our speed is still okay. We're just almost reached 280, so we just need to keep an eye on it. That's something what you need to do all the time with this plane. Always keep an eye on the speed. With other planes you don't need to do anything. With this one, always check your speed. And if you have another add-on running with the map, then always check that as well, that you fly in the correct direction. So once we are on land, then we make a left turn. One thing that can be better, and that is the cabin. Actually, the quality is a bit off in the cabin, and for the people that want to see that, I will show you. Do a cabin tour. So this door can be opened, and then we are here. So you can already see that this is the texture quality is not that great. So nothing is modeled here, it's just bad textures. Also the door you cannot manipulate, also not a ladder. And then you see the seats. The seats are nice done. All the edges are not round, and yeah. Also this cannot be opened, it's not modeled, but you see that the textures are a little bit off, and I cannot turn to the right. Okay, now I can. And if you look closer to the windows, then you see that it's really not high detail, so that's a bit of a bummer. So I hope they can update that. Okay, so welcome to the stream again, mate. Hope you are doing fine. So welcome, welcome. Nice to have you here. We were just doing a cabin tour. But I cannot do that long because I think I touched something. It's always dangerous because I'm with my arm over my yoke, and then we can actually turn off the autopilot. So here you can see also the textures are not that great. So I hope they will update that, and then it will be actually a perfect plane because this is really nice. Also here textures are not that great, and some people don't care about it because they just need the cockpit, and other people, they really like to have a nice cabin. So it's actually a personal thing. And then we are back in the cockpit. We can close the door again, and then we can take a seat. Not there, here. So we keep an eye on the speed. So we have 280, so that's still okay. If we are too close, then we will change this number. Actually here we change that, and then we will go a little bit slower. And tomorrow we have one more stream, the last stream for this week, and that stream, that flight actually will go, let me check. So we fly from Papua New Guinea to Queensland in Australia, and we do that with the PMDG 737-700. So I will try to land that thing again, because actually yesterday it was not good. I know what went wrong, and we try to do that again, but then in a better way. So that's a bit the thing. If you fly every day and on the plane, then yeah, sometimes you forget things that are specific for that plane. So, and that was the case yesterday. I'm not want to say anything bad of the PMDG. It was just my mistake. And if you look like the for the outside textures, they are pretty good. Just as if you zoom in, it's not kind of go further now, but those things can be here and there a bit better. But overall, it's very nice. Very nice plane. So we make the left turn now, and just keep an eye. Elliot, hello. I found out to know how far from airport to go. Wait. Start over. Hello. I found out how to know how far from the airport to go to the this MCDO. So if I remember, please. Not sure what you are trying to tell me, but anyway, welcome to the stream and to the chatmate. Hope you are doing fine. I'll try to read your message again. Elliot, good, thanks. You? Well, I'm fine. I'm sweating a lot today because outside it's perfect. Sometimes it's raining So yeah, really perfect temperature outside, but inside the heat is still inside. Even with the windows open, it's still freaking hot. So all the walls are warmed up and stuff, so that will give some heat. But outside is actually very nice. And I'm good, so yep. And we are flying again with the 146, my favorite plane. So yep. We also try to do an ILS landing today, and I hope I will do it better than last time. Also last time I tried that, but that didn't work out. But I think I know what I did wrong, so we will do a second chance. And I will reduce the speed a little bit, because it's slightly going up. So we change this to 110, and we click on this spot, and then it change here to 110. Thrust levers we don't need to change for now, because it's not light up. Elliot, go to the IDX on the FMC or MCDU. Yep, alright, we will do that. So we go here, we are already here, okay. And then program, where's program? Oh, here is program, alright. So next destination. So this is actually the distance to our destination. This is the airport. So actually we have still 46 minutes to fly. So that's it. Thank you, mate. Thank you. That's very nice to know. I was already on this page, but I didn't know that you could see the total distance. I saw this moving, but I didn't check that our destination airport was also in here, and that. Yep. So good to know. Always nice that there are people also interested in the same plane as me, and that also are learning the plane. And sometimes they learn something from me, but mostly I learn from them. Elliot, you found that out today. Great, mate. Thank you very, very, very much. Yeah, I really appreciate that. So it's really helpful. Really nice. Yep. So that is nice if you are a streamer, and the people will help you as well, and you will help the people if you can. So that is always a nice thing. Cheers, mate. So now we see that we are still at the same speed, something between 270 and 280, but that's okay. And if we are going still too fast or too slow, then we just change that number again, and then we can always correct that. Elliot, no problem. Thank you very much, mate. So it's nice. So I was saying actually that we're tomorrow flying the last flight for this week. I don't think I will stream Sunday. I just want to relax, otherwise it's a very busy week for me. with not much sleep, so I try to rest Sunday evening if I come home from work. And it will be hot again, so yep, we will start Monday again. And then yeah, we start in Port Moresby, if I pronounce that correctly, in Papua New Guinea, and we fly to Queensland in Australia, and we do that with the PMDT S737-700. And then Tuesday we have a nice livery for the fly-by-wire. So Tuesday we fly the fly-by-wire, the A320, with a nice livery. And then on Wednesday we do the 146 again. So and we will depart in Algeria, the airport where we land today. So we will start there again, and where we're flying to, and that's unknown yet at this moment. That's what I mean. And then also Thursday, Thursday we fly the A330-900 from Headwind. It's also a nice famous livery. And then I think we come to Thursday or something, because then that week we will stream until Friday. So Thursday there's the fly-by-wire again. I think I made a mistake somewhere, because somewhere we need to do the Phoenix. So I think actually Monday is the Phoenix, and then Thursday will be the fly-by-wire, or maybe I put something wrong. And Friday we have also a nice livery. Then we fly from Orlando to the Cayman Islands, so to Georgetown. So that's our flight for Friday. But I need to check if we start with the Phoenix or with the fly-by-wire, and I think it's the Phoenix. So I made a mistake there. Now that I see it, then I see that there is a mistake somewhere. So like Elliot said, we need to go to IDX or X. We go to program. It's actually a bit the same as in the 737. You also go to program, and as you see your destination, it says first if you take off so many nautical miles to your top of climb. Then when you reach that, then it will give the destination or the nautical miles until top of descent, and from there it will give you the distance until your destination. Here it gives you the already the distance to the destination. So we go back to lights. Alright. And we can just keep it there. Just wanted to check something. So everything is fine. And then we check a Navigraph again. So we are flying just next to the coast, to the coastline, until we then go land inwards to our destination. And then we try to do the ILS landing, if we have ILS, of course, on that runway that we need to land. I will see which one that will be. So fuel, we are still okay with the fuel. Center tank is not filled anymore. So actually we can shut that. And then our speed is also okay. 275 indicate. So 409 nautical 409 and knots ground speed. We have some nice scenery as well. So for the new subscribers today, thanks for subscribing. I didn't see you on the screen, but that's probably because your privacy settings is on YouTube. That's why. But thanks anyway. And for the people that want to be shown on the screen, and then you need to turn off your privacy settings on YouTube. So we have 2 new subscribers today. Thank you very much. So for the next flight with this plane, we will fly the livery of Eurowings. So we will fly that livery. And then today we have also a Miss Lazy. She didn't say a word yet, because I removed her seat yesterday in the 737. So she's a bit angry, I think. So once again, if you guys want some announcements for free, well, you can download Airline Announcement V1, and then you have all those announcements for those companies. And the only thing what you need to do is install, and then open this, and then you get on this. And when you click on this, let's say we do Wizz Air. Wizz Air is from Hungary.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please
then you get this.
crews that demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft, so that in the unlikely event of an emergency, you will be prepared.
As you can see, if you take Vietnam Airlines, then you get this.
Xin kính chào quý khách.
Welcome aboard.
And then yeah, there are so many. Maybe it will be even bigger in the future. So I just downloaded today, and then this is the first time I actually use it. So today we did the announcement or the safety briefing of Brussels Airlines. So that is that. If you are interested in that, you know where to download it. Just put in Airline Announcements V1 and you will get it. So we'll make a right turn. for the people that are interested in ONAIR airline manager or company manager, well, it's a subscription based. You can pay every month or every 3, 6, 12 months or 24 months. I think I pay around €30 or something for 1 year. They update very frequently. They have also a roadmap, so they are big plans actually with it. It's already very nice, and I can show you what we have now. We have actually the whole map here. Actually, I don't know where my plane is, and so we are here. And voila. But you have a lot of options, and you don't need to put in any aircraft that is new for the simulator or one that you have bought just or something in on air. No, air hauler, you need to put that in manually. Here it's done for you, so maybe it takes a day or two, but it will be done for you, for everyone actually. So it's a very nice thing. If you don't know where to fly to, you can start your own company and build it up from the ground, from scratch. They will in the future also will put an option that you can start with already big planes or big money, but for now it's just to start from scratch, and you have 6 levels or worlds that they call it, from easy to very hard. And the last one is actually that you need to fly alone and without AI pilots and stuff, so you need to do everything by yourself. You can have also a virtual company, and you can fly with some people around the world in your company, or you can join a company from someone else and do some cargo or passengers flight for them. They have also now rescue missions, a bit of everything. There are some new things now, and every update there are coming new things, so it's very nice. So if you are interested, then you can always go to the site of ONAIR Company Manager. So speed is still good, altitude is still good, and then we see that we have still 210 nautical miles to go for our destination, thanks to Elliot. He gave me that information. And then our fuel, whereas fuel is okay. I think we have way too much fuel actually, but yep, and this is what it is. Better too much than not enough. And this plane has some variants as well. If you buy this one, you get the 100 series, the 200 series, and the 300 series. You get also the 200 cargo and 300 cargo. So that's very nice as well. Oh, and the door is closed. Try to find the engine view. It seems I'm missing a view or two, well, at least one. So I'm missing the right engine view. I need to check that. Because, yep, I'm missing that one. So when we approach and landing or cruise and descent, then PTU can go on again when we start our descending. So then we also need to change our panel to descent mode. So once we are starting our descent, we click here on descent. And then we need to put on our PTU and on approach the APU master switch, but that's still on. So we needed to turn that actually off, but I didn't see that before where we needed to do that. So there are a lot of things you need to do, and I skip sometimes some things. So I just try to do every time more and more. It's a slow progress for me, but at least I make some progress. So we have a very nice landscape here. I'm not familiar here, but it seems to be very nice. We have also an airport here. I'm not sure what airport that is. So that is actually Delta Alpha Alpha Golf. That's the code of the airport that we just passed, I believe. Yep. So 3.2 to the next waypoint. And then we see 168 to our destination. So we are coming closer and closer. And I'm sorry if I'm shouting so hard. Maybe you can smell it. Nice smell. Luckily you can't. But yeah, it's freaking hot here inside. So now we need to keep our speed and our speed, because our ground speed is going up. We are still good. So that's the plane where you always need to be watching your speed when you are cruising. All the rest is fine, but speed you need to always check. And you cannot go like in other planes. If you have a 4-hour flight or something, and then you say, okay, I take off until cruising altitude, and then I will cut the grass and or do some other stuff. While with other planes like the Boeing 737 and the Airbus, you can do that. With this plane it's a bit tricky, because if you change direction and it starts to speed up, then you have a problem. Or you go too slow, then you have also a problem. So you always need to watch it. But it's also not made for a long flights. So we had 9,400 kilograms around that on board, and you see that the center tank is empty, but our left and right is still okay. So we can fly much longer, and it says only 10,000 is the maximum. It's just a little bit over 10,000. Then 10,360, I believe, kilograms, that's the maximum. So once we reach the next waypoint, then we'll turn a little bit to the left, and then you will also see an airport at our left. And that's actually the airport with the code Delta Alpha Alpha Sierra. And then it's not far anymore to our top of descent. So actually this plane that I use in ONAIR Company Manager, it's a very old plane. It has a lot of hours. The condition is not that great. I can maybe show you that at the end of the stream. That's also something that you need to do. Every 100 hours you need to have an inspection, also every year and stuff. So it's very realistic. It costs you a lot of money, and yeah, it also shows you the condition, so sometimes you need to repair things. You can also put on failures if your plane is older and in a bad condition, you can get more failures than like a new plane. But yep, it is possible. Sometimes it are just small failures that have not much an impact, but sometimes you have failures that have a bigger impact. Extrude, hello brother, how have you been? Well, welcome to the stream and to the chat. I'm doing fine, hope you are doing fine as well. So so we are pretty close. Here we will check. And thanks to Elliot, we have now a number here. So 118 nautical miles to go before our destination. So I think around 90 or 80 nautical miles before we start our descent. Extrude, I'm good. That's nice to hear. Is that the British Aerospace went for 6 professional? Yes, this is the one. This is the one. It's a very, very nice plane. And then we will see how our approach and landing will go. So maybe I can already show, looking for our destination airport, so that I know on time which runway I need to take. And that is DABT. So there are not many airports in the region here, so I already found it. So we will request a full stop landing. Oh, runway 5. Really? There is no runway 5, I believe. Maybe I have a wrong oh, there is a runway 5. So we will not follow that plan because I want to see if my ILS is working. Extrude, I find it harder to fly through than the PMDG 737. Yes, it is. The PMDG 737 and the Phoenix, or the fly-by-wire, or the Airbuses in general, and the Boeings in general, the newer ones, are much easier to fly. This is old school. So yeah, it's much harder. You have more knobs and switches that you need to use, and also taking off, for me at least, that's a struggle. But yeah, it's much harder to fly than all the other planes, but that makes it more fun. And in the beginning I was really struggling with this plane, and I didn't like it because I didn't know how to operate it or to fly it. but the more you fly, the more you know, and the more you enjoy with it. So in the beginning it was a love-hate. Now it's yeah, I like it really. It's a nice plane. Extrude, very true. Yeah, it is. So it's a handful, but once you have everything under control, you know the most things, then it will go pretty well. And still, sometimes it can go wrong as well. It's always a challenge to fly this thing, but it seems to be working. So for today we need to land at runway 05. We will ignore that because I want to check the ILS. Now that I have the chance, I need to check it. Last time I had also the chance, but I did something wrong, and I want to see if I can do it now. So, and it's actually, it has to do with those two, with the glide slope and those two buttons here. So they didn't work, so we will let them work today, I hope. So 84 nautical miles to go. I think we slowly can start our descent. Extrude, at what height you disengage your autopilot? Normally around 1000 feet. 1000 feet in most planes I do that. But mostly with this one I'm already flying a long time manually, but we will try to avoid that today. So that's why I want to check everything, the ILS actually, and why this plane is not following the route. Okay, I see already why that is. So we will start our descent. Maybe a bit early, I don't know, or already too late, we will see. So we will go to descent mode, and there we go. We need to reduce our throttles because the lights are illuminated until it goes out. There it goes, the lights are out on 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then we can actually descend. Before we do that, we first need to descend, of course. So we will do that at the rate of, that's too much, let's say 1005. We'll try that, 1005, something like that, a little bit more, like that. So that's our descent rate. It's almost 2000, but we will see what it will give. Then we check our plan here, the legs. And we have no information. That's great. Okay. So we don't know what height we need to be. Always great. So extrude, yeah, try to follow what I'm doing, and then if I do something wrong, then you know what not to do, and if it goes well, then you maybe you will learn something, but I cannot promise that. So, but yeah, normally I take manual control at 1000 feet, around that, also depending on the visibility, but with this plane it's already long before. So, but did we change something? Because this is not right, I think. So we go back to departure arrival. We need to select ILS 23, NVIDIA, execute. So that is what we need. Okay. Then we go back to legs. We have a discount, so we need to delete that. Oh, delete. Where is delete? Okay, there is delete. And execute that again. So that was a problem. And so we go to the second page, and then we see that the runway is at almost 3000 feet. So we need to be at 5,000. Let's do that. Excellent, yeah, I'm learning for you. Yeah, well, yeah, you will always learn something, or how to do it, or how not to do it. So you will always learn something. One of the two. But mostly how not to do it. So our navigation is already set correctly. I don't know why it does automatically. So we can put that on 2332. It's not necessary, but we just do it. Meantime, we are at 21,000 feet. And I don't know how the approach will work, because now at this moment we are going straight to the airport. I hope we still make a turn. But we have 1, 2, 3 waypoints. So I'm not sure if that will be good today, because we are going straight to the airport. And actually we need to be more to the left. Excellent. Yesterday you were flying from Cebu in the Philippines to Seoul in South Korea. After about 5-hour flight, just about landing with a runway in sight, my sim crashed. That's not nice. Especially after a 5-hour flight with the landing runway in sight. No. It's never fun if it crashes, but if it's in the beginning of a flight, then it's acceptable maybe, but not after a 5-hour flight when you need to land. So that's really a bummer. And yeah, it's hard, but so many people have crashes with the sim. I need to keep some wood, but you know, for now it's okay for me, but you never know, it can change very quickly. So also with this plane, you never know what your route will be, what your approach will be. You check Navigraph. Let's see if we learn something from that. Nope. Also not from that. I will zoom in a bit on Navigraph. Yeah, we'll learn something from it. We are at 16,000 feet, and I will show you again. So the last turn is very close to the runway. So yep, that's had that before as well. I prefer to have a longer straight line before landing, but it is what it is, and I hope we will be down on time. I think we need to descend quicker. We will adjust that a bit. So 15,000 feet. Extrude, yeah, frustrating, but thinking of it, you're laughing, alright. Extrude, are you using the external NavGraph app? Yes, I'm using that one. Actually, I'm using a lot of apps, alright, not a lot, but I'm using NavGraph, that's what I show you on the screen. Also little nav map, I use that also, and then also Sim Toolkit Pro, that is also running. And today we are flying actually on ONAIR company manager. So that's also running. And now we make a turn, and then you will see that I screwed it up pretty much, I think. Actually we turned to the wrong way. Alright. Actually I don't know what that plane will do. 8 nautical miles. Yeah, still 10, 11, 11, 14, 14, 20 nautical miles to go, so maybe it will be fine. We are at 10,000 feet, so all landing lights on. And there we go. Also AC pump needs to be on as well. APU air needs to be on. For those we turned off. Not quite sure anymore, but it will be fasten seatbelt sign, and then we call cabin. So 8,800 feet. We just need to keep an eye at our speed. And we slow down a bit, put the speed brakes, because otherwise we are going way too fast. So we will descend to 5,000 feet normally. I'm not sure what the plane is doing now because we're going the wrong way. I think our ILS will not work today because we are doing strange things. We are pretty low now, so we are actually turning all the way around.
2,500.
Speed checked below 205. Select flaps 18.
So I need to speed up a bit. Flaps
Below 205.
18.
Terrain ahead.
Extrude can display in auto land. Nope. This plane can not do that. So now we're going towards the runway, and then we need to make a turn. I believe that turn will not be right because it always overshoot. So what I will do, I will take manual control already, and then we go a bit further away from the runway, and then we line up with the runway by ourselves, but I need to speed up because we are really close to the airport, and then it needs to make a turn, a left turn, 90-degree turn, and I know the plane overshoots that every time, so we will not be able to land. So what we will do is go away from the airport again, and then make a turn to the left, 180-degree turn, and then we line up. So that's why I mostly fly this bird manual. That's yeah. So, and it's actually nice to fly it manual as well, but today I want to test the ILS, so we will do that in a minute. But we fly first away from the airport again, and then we have a longer approach, because otherwise it's just a turn and immediately a landing, and I know this plane overshoots that last turn frequently. So, Extro, do you have Discord? Yes, I have Discord. The link is in the description below. So the speed is good, direction is also good, and then we just need to make a 180, and then we line up, and then we turn the autopilot again on, and then also we try to catch the glide slope as well. So that's the intention for today. And today was a shorter flight, so we have some time left, so that's not a problem. So in the future I want to do some shorter flights, around 1 hour and 30 minutes, something like that. So otherwise sometimes it gets way too late. So please can you share your graphic settings and graphic settings and audio settings? Well, I try to do that. I'll try to make some screenshots, and then I can maybe post it on Discord. So I'll try to see when I can do that. But I'm running mostly on high, setting graphic settings, sound settings. I even did I touch it? I don't know. And then what else you have? Traffic settings. Alright, so I'll try to do that, but it will not be this evening or tomorrow. Maybe I can do it before the weekend, maybe, but I doubt it. Otherwise it will be after the weekend, Monday or something, or Sunday. And then we have a name that I cannot pronounce. Hello, and welcome to the stream. So in the meantime we are again at 8,400 feet, so we will make our left turn at 180. So we will do that now, and then we try to line up with the runway, and then we try to catch the glide slope. And then we also can put on our course. It's normally 233. On my map it says 232, but we will see. So like I said already, this is a plane that is a handful to fly. So you need to know it a bit, and also if it overshoots your last waypoint, and if it's so short to the runway actually, so I don't know why that is. So now we turn this and this. And then we turn the autopilot back on. Can we do that? Yes, we do that. So now we will hopefully catch the glide slope. We will see what that works. So the buttons are eliminated now, and last time I could not do that, and it's just because I didn't reach that in the correct position. So we go back to 5,000 feet, and that will be too low, I believe. And then we also will slow down. I will in meantime I will put the record button on. So there we go. So we need to have a soft landing, a good landing, and not crash landing, because we have some people on board, and that is for ONAIR company. So it's very important that we don't mess up today. So I need to speed up. Speed up, speed up, speed up. Excellent, you need to try ONAIR. Well, it's very nice, I like it. Unfortunately, I have not the time anymore to do it frequently, but I try to use it now in my streams every week once with this plane, because I have actually not much companies to fly with for this airplane, because there are still companies that are flying with this plane, but I don't find deliveries. So yep, that's why I use it on ONAIR company, and I still really like it. It's updating every week or something. So we have the runway in sight. So with the runway in sight, we can lower our landing gear. and I hope it will work. Sean, welcome to the stream and to the chatmate. Landing rate 201. Okay. That's optimistic.
Light slopes alive, 1 dot to go.
And so we are on the glide slope.
Light slope captured. Established on the RMS.
Alright. Sean didn't know that Brussels Airlines had its plane in the past. Yes, not now anymore. So we go to flaps 24. And then we slow down a bit again. So landing gear is down, flaps 24, and then we go
Speed check below 170, select flaps 30.
flaps 30. Thank you, co-pilot. And actually we need to click here again, and then it moves. That's a bit a bummer. So we need to slow
Speed
down.
check below 145, select flap 33.
And so we go on flaps full, and then we click again here. So our glide slope is working, everything is working fine. Only the approach, if you do it automatically, then it will not be the perfect thing. But yes, we are ready for taking control here in Algeria with a 146 from British Aerospace, just right. We need to watch our speed. So, ladies and gentlemen, ready for impact. Do we need to call cabin crew again? Alright, so the plane is doing some stuff. We are still on autopilot, but I will do it manually from now. Alright, autopilot off, and there we go, ready for impact. We are a bit too high, a bit to the left as well. So there we go, ready for impact.
$50, $40, $30, $20, $10.
Landing time logged.
Yellow, spoilers.
And then we have no auto brakes.
80 knots.
I think this was a decent landing.
60 knots.
And we were not clear to land, we know that, but I just wanted to check the ILS. That's why. And so, do I need to go here? Wait, let me see. Is there something? Because I'm not familiar with this airport. So yeah, we can go there. So clear the runway. So lights, we put it on taxi, and we turn those off as well. So we taxi to terminal.
Going to 119.2 Brussels 463.
So I don't know what my landing rate was, but I think it was pretty good. Sean, 63. Okay. Well, I take that. That's not that bad. That's why I like this plane. Oh, what we are doing. What we are doing. I don't do anything. What we are doing. Extrude a nice landing. Thank you very much. Actually, the first time. That's so good. Or yeah. This plane, yeah, it works just better than all those other planes for landing, because you do everything manually or most of the time, and then you learn more and do more hand flying with this plane. Maybe that's why. And yeah, I just like this plane. It's a handful to fly. In the beginning, you will be angry at your plane. You will yeah, say bad things, but you need to learn, and once you do that, then you can only improve. So Brussels Airlines had this plane in the past, not now at this moment anymore, because it's an older plane and they don't use it anymore, but they had, yeah, somewhere in the 30 planes. They had only one of this exact type. So the British Aerospace 146-300, they had only one, but the others were 200, and also the newer RG 85 and 75 or 70. What is it? That also, but in total it was around 33 planes of this type. But the RG 75 and 85 are the same planes, only yeah, they were a bit more modern or something. They were a bit newer. Actually, updated versions of this one. So, but I'm very happy with the landing. We had only in the beginning a little problem when we were banking too hard. Other than that, yeah, the end, it went directly to the airport and it went away again. But the last turn it was that it wanted to make, it was a 90-degree turn, and then it was just a turn, and if it overshoot the yeah, that turn actually, then we could not land. So yeah, if you see that the plane is doing that, then go to manual control and take over and just do like a go around or something, go further away from the airport and then line up from a bigger distance actually. So as you can see, this is a very simple airport, nothing special here. I didn't have a freeware for it, so yep, it is what it is. Oh, my speed brakes were still out. I used that when we touched down. So parking brake, we set that, and there we go. And then we need to get the fuel, but first I need to turn off some lights as well, otherwise I get some penalties. So strobe can come off, and that's the first thing. And here is okay, so we can cut everything here, all the engines.
The flight is finished. It has been monitored by ONAIR.
Et voila. So that is done, and then we can we leave the airplane here, and then we will see for ONAIR company. So this is ONAIR company, landing rate 0.22, landing speed 133 knots, It's new that it gives all those details now. It's from the last update or something. So it gives me a lot of information, much more than before. So we had a smooth landing. So landing rate was very green. Speed is light green, so I think the speed could be better. But we take that. So we have an indication what we need to work on. Actually, I don't know if we need to go slower or faster. We will try that next time. So we click OK, and then we have some money earned. You see 68,000 that we earned for one job, and the other job is 279,000 credits that we earn. So for the 65 passengers, and then this is for the cargo. So we earned some money today. So we click OK, and that is done, and then we go back to this page. And what I wanted to show you in this is that here we have our airplane, and that are some numbers for the airplane. You can change the seats. I have no eco or economic seats, only business and first class, but you can also put here some seats and reduce the first class. This is the condition of the airplane, and this is the total hours that the plane has. So it has already a lot of hours. So yep, so that is what I wanted to show you. You have also, if you go to the jobs for this airport, you click on that, and then you will see the jobs as well. But you also see that you have here are the jobs available, pending jobs. But you have also freelance. I didn't check that out, but there are nothing here. But you have also sightseeing. If you click here, and then you have sightseeing and jobs. You do that with a smaller plane, of course, and then you do just some sightseeing. Also rescue missions. From this airport you have only 3. So incident location, and then it says from off-road. You have also on sea or on road. That are the ones that you have. And then you have also a fighter mission. That's a bit the same as sightseeing actually, but then with a fighter, as you can see here, fighter 2 low fly and fighter 2 normal. So that's the new options actually from ONAIR airline manager. So back to our simulator here. We jump out of the plane, and this is our destination airport. This is the terminal, and that's pretty much it. Runway, parking. So yeah, like in the middle of nowhere, and not much to see actually. I didn't check it with the real one. Sometimes I do that, but this one I didn't check, so I cannot say how bad it is comparing to the real one. But I think it's pretty bad. So back to the plane, and then we go to our replay. So I stop recording, and then we play the replay.
Algiers Center, Brussels Whiskey Papa Alpha 1976 is type British Aerospace Airliner 16.
And I hope it starts the engines again, because our steering, don't watch that. So it's just a reset of the plane. That's why it does some weird stuff sometimes. So
Box 0402, Brussels Whiskey Papa Alpha 1976.
So I need to go a bit forward because I started recording pretty early. And we give it some time to lower the wheels. That's So we can now go forward, otherwise we land on our belly. But Sean said a 68 or something landing rate. No, 63. So I think that's very good. Maybe my best landing or something with this plane. But you know, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's good. Yesterday it was bad with the PMDG. I know what I did wrong, so we will try that to do better tomorrow. But with this plane, I really love this plane. Like I said, a handful, but very nice. So you need to, here it's, was it still the autopilot or me already that was flying? I think it was me here, and you need to give it some input, make some corrections. But at the end, it was a nice landing. It was not an early touchdown, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. As you can see, we're going down. You don't really float, and here we have the touchdown. Let's say even says 37 now. So as you can see, this, yeah, I'm very happy with that. Maybe my best landing ever. And normally it would be open now. I can do that manually now, as you can see, but that's what I do now, and then it stays open. Okay, so we do we see the landing again. I'll do it from the other side. I'm very happy with this landing. Maybe it's because of its Brussels Airlines, huh? Who knows? So I was not in a hurry. So it says 33. So very nice. Also the screaming of the tires is nice. So yep. Let me see if I can put the drone cam. I will try to go first. Xroid, what recorder is that? That is Sky Dolly. It's free to download on the famous site as well. Yep. But it's not a real replay like all the others there are some others as well, but it works on the same system. It's just reset your plane, and it's not actually a real replay. It just reset your complete aircraft. Oops. And now I need to go to options, otherwise my thing don't stay at the same place. Follow mode off. Turn that off. Okay, there we go. So we will do it here. Brian, welcome to the stream and to the chat. Thank you very much. It's buttered. Yeah. Well, it's my best landing, I think. So yep. It's a bit sensitive, but I will try to catch our landing here. But the other planes are much easier to fly, to land, to take off. This is a pain in the ass to take off, I think, this plane, but I really like it. So let's see that we can see the touchdown like that. So that is our landing around 33. That's I think very nice. And then we do it one more time from the inside, and then you can see how it feels from the inside. Sorry, if I find the... we just take this one. And then you can feel it. Also the vibrations you hear, I don't know why that happens suddenly. And why my things are moving. Really don't know why it's doing that, but yeah. So that was the landing. Very, very, very nice landing. So we go back to here. So people, this was the flight for today with ONAIR company in the British Aerospace 146-300 from a Just Flight, and we had a wonderful landing. I think my best landing with this plane ever. And tomorrow I have one more flight for this week, and that flight is actually, and I lost it again. I will say it again. So from a port Moresby in Papua New Guinea to Queensland in Australia. That is our flight for tomorrow. We do that in the PMDG is a 737-700, and we try to land way better than yesterday, because I know what I did wrong the first time, and I also did it the second time. So because we need to go around the first time, and the second time I reduced the throttles already before landing, but and then I disconnect the auto throttle just before landing, but my engines were still pulling too hard, and actually I needed to move my throttle quadrants a little bit to turn that off. I didn't do that, I didn't think of it, and yeah, that messed up a bit my landing pretty much. So we will redo that tomorrow, and hopefully we have a better landing than yesterday, and maybe as good as this one today, but we will see what it will bring us. So for now it's 11:44, we are done on time, and then Brian, Extrude, Sean, also thank you for watching. All the others that were not in chat, thank you very much for watching, and for the support that I get every time. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful afternoon, wonderful dinner to you, Sean, because I think you still need to dinner, and yeah, have a great night. So hope to see you tomorrow again, and then until then, I say cheers, good night, and have a wonderful day tomorrow. Extrude, great, waiting for your next stream. Yeah, well, I will put screenshots from my settings as soon as possible on Discord, but yeah, it will be, the earliest will be Sunday, and otherwise it will be Monday or one of the following days. So until then, cheers mates, and thanks for watching and the support. See you next stream. Bye bye.